Welcome to Independent Days Television, here live from Schauburg Film Theater. Tonight I have here the director Sofia Alfonasina from Estonia, and she brought us the short film The Lion Blanket. What's the story of this film?
Okay, The Lion Blanket is about a woman who's already in her 40s and she doesn't have any children. Maybe she wanted some, maybe not, but that's the situation in her life. And her sister, with whom she has not been in touch for a while, disappears mysteriously, leaving behind a little girl. So that means that my main character, her name's Berta, right? She now has to find a way to take in this little girl while also dealing with the mystery of the sister's disappearance and her resentments towards this woman. So it's about that, and it's about also the framework of a morgue visit and having to go to view some bodies that could be her sister, but could also not be.
And did you film in a real morgue?
No, I wanted to at first. I did write to some morgues, but I guess I could have expected this. They weren't very happy about the idea of letting someone in, just also for like hygienic reasons, right? But in the end, the PA on my set, he was working in a restaurant, and he was like, well, in the basement of my workplace, we have a kitchen, an empty one, with even like a little wall bit that we could use as a window, right? So we built the whole thing, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But it's very real, and how did you design it?
I'm actually really happy that you said that. You're not the first to believe that it's a morgue. I was really worried about this because it's wood. We built it out of wood, and we put like stickers on it to make it look like it was something else.
Interesting.
And I think the thing that made it work was that we had two metallic elements. So the inside looked metallithe because we had a background and just like a little detail. And I think that sells it in the end. But also, I was just kind of wondering if I was wondering about how to design it, and I thought maybe it doesn't have to be completely realistic, you know? I was looking more at like what would work best for the story, because I know that the morgues in Estonia, they don't have these special boxes per body. That's actually very Hollywood, or maybe kind of like more like cliche or something, but it worked for my story because it's about just like this array of stories, that each box has its own story. So I decided to keep it like that, and I had,
And what also seems very realistic are the dead people in the morgue, and it's partly very brutal with all the wounds. This woman who is death by freeze, for example, and how did you arrange this? It was very, very good designed.
I agree. When I first saw the color-corrected version of that first body, I actually was like, oh, it makes me want to throw up. I love it, you know, because we just had a very competent makeup artist. Mm-hmm. That's like, I can't say how important that is. Like, it's just, that made it all work.
Yeah. We see very often the symbol of a lion in this movie. There's not only the title, the lion blanket, which is worn by the little girl, but also it is a tattoo on the hand of one of the dead women. So why did you select this, the symbol for the film?
The original title, before I settled on the lion blanket, was Lion in the Snow, because of this contrast. It's something I wanted to work on. The lion symbolizes a dream of a warmer, more magical, more innocent world. And this is in Estonia, where it's very cold, it's gray. There are no lions in Estonia, right?
Maybe in zoos, but
yeah, exactly. But
nowhere else.
And it's something one can dream about, something soft but powerful, right? And for me, that was the symbol of hope, and also the missing sister. The positive side of her doesn't see until the end. Right?
And how was the production process? How many days of shooting? And from the idea to the world premiere here in Karlsruhe, how long time did you spend?
Well, I finished it a year ago, so I'll discount that year right until this premiere because of the Corona, and it's been quite strange. But the idea was born in my mind like a long time ago, even before I applied to study at BFM in Estonia, in Tallinn. But it was very different. It was much longer, a lot more about the relationship with the girl, a lot less about the morgue. And then slowly, like while I was approaching the semester where I had to come up with my graduation film, I tried to make it more compact, and I settled on this particular structure with the 3 bodies. But the idea has been there for a while. Initially, it wasn't so much about the bodies. It was more about this concept of motherhood and like discovering how to care, maybe what it means to care. It was a lot more about initially it was a lot more about the relationship between the characters.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, for a short film, you have to change something a bit, you know?
Yeah. And this woman is searching for her sister, which probably is dead. And because of this connection of the tattoo to a woman and also the line blanket, it could probably be her sister, but maybe because the daughter of the missing sister, she comes into the morgue and sees this dead body. So is it clearly that this could be the sister, but her daughter shouldn't know about that? What was the intention?
Yeah, the intention was to explore this no that means yes, right? So Berta would have maybe, if the girl didn't come into the morgue in that moment, she may have said like, yeah, it's her. She may have done that, but seeing the eyes of a child in this context made her realize that maybe it's not just a body, it's a mother, it's a memory, it's a promise. And so she felt that it was more important to preserve something else about this missing woman, right? Some kind of other memory rather than this. It's that's kind of her moment of growth point, and a lot more about something more naive, but also maybe more powerful.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I want also to talk a little bit more about the situation of independent filmmakers in Estonia. How is the situation maybe in the direction of how to finance a short film like that?
Right. Well, honestly, like I'm not from Estonia. I went there to study, so I don't know so much about all of the opportunities that one would have as an Estonian. As a student, I had the support of the school. I know that it's quite difficult for independent filmmaking in Estonia, but I do believe it's growing. There is definitely a demand for it. So, yeah, I hope it evolves more, and I hope to go back there to make another movie for sure. Yeah.
So you're still working on a new project?
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about it?
I can try. I haven't finished the script.
Maybe a secret?
It's not a secret. Well, maybe even from myself a little bit. I can say this, that working with a child actress really inspired me, because honestly, I'm one of those people, I'm a bit afraid of kids. Like, because they're so honest, and you can't really bullshit them, right? But then working with Helena, the actress, really inspired me to start working on another story about a little girl. Also about a fantasy land, a little bit about a girl recovering from an accident alone in her room and what goes on in her mind. So, yeah, I am ready to kind of work with kids and bring out the best that I can and their acting abilities, which are immense, it seems.
Okay.
Yeah.
So good luck with your work in the future. Maybe we can see further works in the next years on Independent Days. And thank you for being with us. Sofia Alfonasina, that's it for today with Independent Days Television. Yeah, thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.